All of yous. Okay. So, to catch up and everyone else in chat up. Last week's session was done offline, or wasn't streamed because we had internet issues here, and I was running the campaign from off a mobile hotspot, and I didn't really want to blow out all my data streaming for 5 hours. So instead, I was gonna upload the VOD to YouTube, and it didn't record Discord audio. So essentially, we kind of time step back before everyone offending the town guard and getting arrested. And I'll point out you also threatened to kill 2 guards. Okay, someone plays to the board. Your character is technically here as well for this. I'm gonna put you back with Lady Aranine. Unless you want to come back and try and help Tiana. I'll let you make that choice now. Okay, that puts you probably about there on the steed. An ancient dragon. So nothing to. Full health. Well, at the moment, it's only hunting Tiana. Lady Arnie and Corgamus kind of stayed with the wagon they're on. The NPC that one of the NPCs that were brought along on the expedition were stopped and turned around and at a much earlier stage, so they're a lot closer to Tiana than what the rest of you are. Mucky's turned around and stopped fairly close to the river, but hasn't crossed the river. So yeah, you're probably somewhere. If you jump onto the board, um, since you're on a decent horse at the moment, like this is a horse specially bred for cross-land transportation, so it moves at 30% faster over long distances and an extra 30 feet of movement speed over a standard horse. So to take you, if you were to go, you'd probably let's measure this up. You're about 3 turns. Right. Yeah, about 2 turns, 2.5 turns away from getting to Mucky alone on this horse. There's probably another turn and a half, 2 turns to get to where Tiana is. But just so you know, Mucky is not going across the river. He's stopped where he is. I can't recall. Once everyone's in, we'll just so everyone's aware, I am live on YouTube. Is Discord not coming through? Of course it isn't, because it's probably on the wrong audio channel.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I updated my AMD drivers, and just every now and again when you do that, it just tweaks a few of the sound settings and things. So, all right, I'm all good. Yeah, your Discord wasn't coming through on your stream, so.
Is it now?
Say something, Neo.
Hello.
Say something, Neo.
Hello.
Or am I getting double up audios or anything like that?
No, you weren't. It was just that I'm hearing your stream and Discord with, so there's the delay. No, you're all good, mate. It's all working. I'm just joining the board.
So how far back did we go? You said a date, right?
Where are
It's
we?
about
Where's it?
roughly a day or so before the events of what led you to go to prison.
Yeah.
Where's our dragon?
It's still there. It's on the south end of the board.
Oh, yeah, I see. So, yeah, so I'm on my horse. Where's the guy with who pulled out the bow and arrow with a?
He's just on the other side of uh the the bridge.
Yeah, I reckon I'm about there, mate. I've just moved me because I know it's an ancient dragon. I ain't getting involved with it. I was ready to go back and see where this guy is. I can see him over there, and I can see him with a bow and arrow. So I'm not approaching him. I'm going to watch and see what he does, and I'm ready to turn and bolt because I shouldn't be too far from the others. Because my main intent was always to get the others to safety, and I trust Tiana to do Tiana's whatever Tiana does. And Corgamus did a jump from the horse, I think, and hurt his ankle. Is that right?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he did.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so he's back there. That's fine. And I'm ready to turn around and, if need be, grab him. But I want to see what this guy with the blue with the. Where are we? Just let me bring up my notes. No, I don't want to up. Where are we?
Corgamus isn't with us this today.
He's not with us today.
Yeah. He's out
He's got
being
his friends group party or something.
he's out being social.
Oh, imagine
What a
being
nerd.
social.
Wait, I forgot. We're not supposed to fucking rib him. My bad.
All right, so it should only be Tiana and other guy with the arrow who are in danger of the dragon. Is that correct?
Yes, but you are also kind of in danger.
I didn't get close. I know it's an ancient dragon. I have consistently been saying I've been running away. So when I said I turned my horse around, I didn't go bolting up after him. I went to see, hey, where is he? And then you told me he's pulling out an arrow and a bow with the blue thing. So
Yep.
I ain't getting closer. So I'm saying to you quite clearly, and I've been saying it consistently, I'm not getting close. I'm ready to bolt. And
But from where you are, you're still kind of in danger.
then I didn't move up that close then, mate, because I have consistently said
From where
I'm not.
From where you stopped and turned, and the fact that
Yep.
the dragon's still technically approaching your direction, you're not you're in like the very, very low danger zone if it spots and decides to continue following.
All right. Well, my first move is to turn around or is to back up. I'd like to see what that guy's doing with the bow and arrow, but I'm backing up because there was no way I had any intent of moving into the danger zone. Once I saw him stop, once I saw who he was not moving into the danger zone. So, yeah, that's.
Apparently, according to Discord, Infinity's been playing Subnautica for the last 12 hours.
Well, this should be
Wow.
interesting.
So we can't really continue until Infinity gets you.
Mm-hmm.
Silent. He's got all right to be scared. One attack from this is about 2 to 3 times their average health pool.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I have consistently said I am not going near it and I'm staying out of it.
Oh, how much is the average attack of this monster?
Fuck tons.
Its breath weapon alone is like 12 or so d6, I believe.
Holy fuck. Oh, Steam did not like that very much. Cool.
Hello? Uh, 22 d6.
Yeah, I'm gonna die if this thing sneezes at me wrong.
We all are. This is why none of us should be hanging around.
Poison breath. Dragon exhales a poisonous gas in a 90-foot cone. Each creature in that area must make a DC 22 Constitution saving throw or takes an average of 77 damage or 22 d6 poison damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
These things are gargantuan in size. Their stats are beyond, like, they're just so far beyond us, it's not funny. They do legendary actions.
He's not
They've got
within his
multi
lair.
attacks. Sorry, what's that?
Legendary actions tend to only be during in its lair. But
5 to 6 turns to recharge its lightning breath, 16d10. Frightful presence. Its tail melee weapon attack, plus 16 to hit, 20-foot reach, 2d8 plus 9 bludgeoning. Yeah.
if it was just melee attacking you and whatnot, you'd be able to stand up a couple of hits. But the moment it decides to use its breath weapon. Silent wants to know, is it metrical imperial?
Metric.
American, because it's proper.
No, it's
Thank
not.
you. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Metric. Definitely metric.
Listen here, pirates stole it. It's not my fault.
Okay, we're still waiting on Infinity.
We are. I've just sent him a message saying that game is waiting to kill you. Ask him if he's coming in.
What happened to Clankaton?
Hello.
Oh. Hey, dude.
Welcome back. I hope you're feeling better.
Oh, thank you, I am.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I caught a random flu for like a week. It was a great time. Would not recommend doing it again.
I had a stomach bug and I got contaminated. So I was dealing with two sicknesses. So we were in the same boat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I feel your pain.
Yeah, that sucks. Oh, I've played 137 hours of... Wow. Put that much time into Tailspire already? Fuck.
Wah
I'm
wah.
com- I'm kind of up to 1,000.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Find a way to find a clinking sound effect that I can play upon entry. You know, when I come in or whatever. I
Cling,
can
cling,
just-
cling, cling, cling.
Yeah, I can do that, but that starts to hurt. You know?
I love it.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
long.
okay. All right then. Cool. I'll keep doing that.
What have I got in Tailspire?
Dude, where did it move my Tailspire to?
I've only got 244 hours.
Okay. He's probably not seeing Discord messages come through because his Subnautica is probably on full screen.
Who are you talking about?
Infinity.
Infinity.
I'll try and call him because he might hear that come through.
Where are my fucking files for Tailspire game? Dude.
App data, user, app data, roaming, Tailspire. What are you needing to move?
Is he streaming?
Don't think so.
No, he's not.
Probably fallen asleep.
Are we doing more side questing since Corgi's not here, or are we going with the regular story?
I only need you and Neo here to go on with the regular story, but we'll sort that out once we figure out whether he's lived through the dragon attack.
Oh, yeah! That's right! Ooh, okay.
We'll do a couple of other. You can see it, Mucky. You notice the NPC that joined his
Yeah.
pull out his longbow and loads the bow with a rather unique looking arrow. It's got a faint blue glow to it.
Yep. Blue arrow, blue dragon.
And
Ooh.
it's the arrow is also slightly larger than a standard arrow.
Okay. Is the bow larger than normal, or does it look like a standard?
The bow is a what looks to be a standard longbow.
Okay. And is he easily pulling is he easily drawing the bow?
Oh, very easily.
Okay. I will. What I want to do is I'm going to move myself and my horse just back to this cover. I should be able to see him because I think you had him up around that tree over the bridge.
Yeah, he's just on some rocks.
Yeah.
So from that,
So I can see him.
yep.
I just want to see what he's up to, and I'm just under the tree.
He's just kind of sitting there at the moment, watching the dragon. Yeah, the dragon kind of loops around the tree line and starts coming back over to where you kind of think Tiana disappeared into the trees. Lady Aranine and Neo, are you guys staying with the rest of the wagon?
Does it need to be guarded, or does Fick need help?
It's up to you. You guys are running from something that will kill you if you get into combat with it.
Well, in that case, I mean, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna-
have to run.
Exactly.
I'm going.
That is the
I'm still
correct
running.
answer.
to politely recommend we leave.
Yeah, keep going. I've already yelled out in the last game, keep running.
Right. I'm just recalling where we left off. I'm remembering.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
We keep going. We definitely keep going.
Mhm.
And then Fick, I guess he figures out what he needs to figure out, and then he turns right back around and keeps going too.
Yeah, I will do my bit. Tiana will do their bit.
But until we have Tiana here, we can't continue on with this. So we can jump back to the other events if you like, since we've got the two people that it involves.
Yeah, the trial could be funny.
Makes me sad that Corky's not here for it though, because I think he was gonna be the one asking the questions, and he has kind of that lawyer kind of talk-ish type of thing. I don't know, but yeah, we can go for it.
Let's give Infinity another.
Yeah, my computer dumped all its files related to Tailspire just now.
It's not in the Steam folder.
Nope. It said it all corrupted and proceeded to dump my files. So it was great. Good times. It's already 54% done. It'll be done
I got
shortly.
an error message before saying that Steam Cloud Seek was a bit broken.
Okay. Well, Infinity still hasn't read the message, so looks like we're time skipping ahead.
Neato.
Let's go find the board user Rob. Yes. Okay, players, summon to the board. Lady Irene, you have been moved to the courtyard. You are still shackled to by your wrists, with chains down to your ankles.
Great.
Yeah, the same with Neo. You are also shackled with your wrists down to your ankles.
No kink shaming, everyone.
I ain't ashamed. Good luck. Good luck.
Mucky, you're at the tavern with Gundam, Tiana, and Corgamus.
Yep.
The in and around the tavern, there's a bit of a talk going on about the upcoming trials that are on today, and you do overhear people talking about Lady Aranine and Neo.
What are they saying?
It's more just general, like talking about what order they're coming in, or they're doing the trials. Who else is going to be there and whatnot. You're already aware that the Dwarven Council is going to be there, plus a bunch of other noblemen and whatnot that have some importance in decision making for certain sections of the city and whatnot.
All right. Well, what time of the day is it?
It's early morning.
And is this the inn? Is this the inn where I won the drinking competition, or
Yes,
is that a different inn?
no. This is the main inn back with the dwarven. The
Okay.
the one you mostly been staying at. Oh, here's the
Okay.
troublemaker.
Yeah, I know.
Because if
Yeah.
we're going, is the courtyard is the place where I won the drinking competition on the way to the courtyard?
No.
Oh, bugger! Because I was going to stop in for a morning drink, given that I've got a week's worth of drinkies. Are you going to go and finish off the drag? Do you want to finish off the dragon first, or are we going to do this first?
I think we'll do the dragon because it's gonna definitely be
Yeah, okay.
something could happen that could change our outcomes here, like
Yep, fair enough.
one of the aggressors dying type.
Yep.
Yep, you're definitely after me. Gotcha.
Back under the tree. Yep. Corgamus was in between me and Lady Aranine, because Corgamus stupidly turned around on their horse and then jumped off mid-motion
Oh, that's right.
and hurt their ankle a bit. Yeah, that's it. That's where Corgamus is.
Mhm.
Yet.
And then we're locked up.
I think Tiana was inside the dragon's belly,
Not yet.
saving ourselves a bit of time.
Poor horsey, though.
Tasty.
No.
In France, that's most good steaks.
No.
Yeah.
Nope, he's still there. Cool.
No.
Yes, they eat horse.
I
Just a
don't want
fact.
to know that. That is TMI, okay? Cat murderer.
Can you two
alleged.
not have an
Thank
argument
you.
while we wait for Tiana to get eaten by a dragon?
Sorry, I'm
it's
late.
taking too long.
Sorry, I'm late. Check, you can hear me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Mhm.
Yeah, gotcha, mate. All good.
Looks like I was having problems earlier.
Okay. I don't get what with Tailspin. I don't get the new beta option that's coming out, where you can put the AOE markers into the initiative order. I'm
Oh, yeah.
guessing that's probably for like Flame Sphere and other movable spells, but they're generally moved on the caster's turn anyway, so Infinity, the dragon has gone off to the right and is traveling along the border section of the tree line.
Okay.
They're kind of sharp. They haven't come essentially closer to you. They've taken like a sharp right, and then they're heading back along the tree line towards where you jumped off.
Okay. All right. So I'm still underwater. I am going to distance myself from the dragon as much as I can before coming up for air. In here.
We're past that. Didn't think you jumped off into trees. Here. Oh wait, no, you're
I dove into the water.
Yeah, he's in water.
that's right. Yep. You can. No, you should be able to get out unnoticed at this stage.
Okay. So then I will surface, look around, see what the dragon's doing, and then I will move in up into the tree line on the side that's going to get me away from the dragon.
Yep, to get to that tree line, you'd have to cross open ground. Or you can follow the tree line back further along to another river.
So I'll stay in the river, or I'll follow the tree line. I'll fade
Yep.
back into the tree line to the next river.
Yep, so carefully moving down and along. The dragon's kind of zigzagging backwards and forwards. You hear a couple of screams of some possible hunters that were out. And a loud thud as the dragon lands and attacks. Everyone else will hear this as well. They'll hear the loud thud. And
Okay, so dragons landed.
it hasn't landed. It's more like touchdown and gone back up into the air.
Okay.
So
You what?
squash, and then went back up with a. bloody
You
mess.
guys, Mucky, because you're looking back, you see something fall to the ground as the dragon goes back up into the sky.
Okay, dragon's taking a shit.
No, he's just removing shit from his.
Do I know what it? Can I see what it is?
You recognize it as a human body of some sort. Or a humanoid body of some sort.
Sucks to be them.
Yep.
Wah wah.
Wrong place, wrong time.
As you that little dive onto the hunters that it spotted has given you enough time if you wanted to make a decent break for it, along without being noticed.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do it then.
Yep. Marky, give us a perception check.
I can notice every atom in the universe.
Running down the road, you see a familiar face, or a familiar form, as Tiana comes into view from the shadows of the
Okay,
trees.
Can you shine a light on where Tiana is?
About here.
Okay. And what's the what's our NPC doing?
He's still laser focused in on the dragon.
And how far would the dragon be from him?
About 800 feet.
Okay, so not in bow and arrow range. Okay.
So I'm down over this way, right? Or
You're at another river crossing. You're coming up to this river crossing.
oh, okay.
So you still got a decent amount of land to cover before you.
You're where the torch is, mate.
Yeah, you'll be coming down through here.
All right.
Okay. I'm just going to turn around, look at Corgamus, and shoo him. Right? To tell him to get back to where the others are. And you can roll and decide whether Corgamus is going to listen to me.
When he hit the ground before, he decided that the injuries would probably be more of a hindrance at this stage, and he's making his way to to the tree lines to try and hide.
He is gonna die, isn't he?
He is moving 10 feet slower at a time.
Yep. Well,
He's
he's
so
going to
gonna
keep
die.
moving, and he's going to get back to the others. That's what he has to do.
Yep.
They're gone. They're still running at full pace. He's got no
Do
chance of catching
I-
them.
Do I notice Corgamus?
No.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to slowly head back towards Corgamus, keeping cover
Yep.
where I can, and I'm going to meet him around here.
By the time you get to there, Corgamus is pretty much in the trees. He's kind of pushing up against that rock line to hide.
Is that a little cave in here?
It is, yes.
All right, he can go in the cave.
I did suggest finding one.
Yeah, not a deep cave, and this is an ancient dragon, so I'm not optimistic about it. Deep cave? No worries. This is more just like a shelter.
Okay then.
Kiana, give us a perception roll. Ahead you see one of the NPCs with a weapon drawn, aiming towards the dragon. And just kind of standing there, like, tracking where the dragon's flying.
Okay.
Like, you can see the arrow hit the bow and in his hand, just like slowly moving, following the dragon left to right, up and down, as the dragon flies.
Like he's locked on target.
Yeah.
Stay on target. Stay on target. Okay.
The dragon hasn't spotted you yet.
The dragon rolled poorly.
Thank God.
You are so lucky. If you look at the stats for their perception,
I know.
You are incredibly lucky that they
Lucky
rolled
right
one.
now. Yes, I know. Okay.
You have another chance to make some speed and close some more ground.
Let's see. Sprinting is double your
Movement, yes.
35, 70. You know what? I'm gonna shadow the tree line.
Yep.
I'm gonna yell to him, run. That's
He is 100% focused in on that dragon.
okay.
Give us a perception check at disadvantage.
Alright. Twelve.
Kiana dying.
The you notice when looking at this NPC, the arrow he is using in the bow is larger than a standard arrow, and there is a tint of what you think is a blue color glowing from the
Oh, dragon
um,
slaying.
arrow. You think you think it's got a blue? You think it's blue? It could be just a reflection.
Okay. Um,
The dragon has locked back onto roughly your position, and has started making movement towards you.
okay. All right, I'm gonna dodge into the tree line. Into the trees, and once I and then I'm gonna try and hide.
Okay. Just to see if he spots you again. You are fairly well covered in the trees.
All right, I'm gonna hunker down and I'm gonna take it, slow, staying in the trees towards.
Mucky, are you hunkering down into this cave?
I am. I'm in around these trees, but I'm very close, ready to go to the cave. I'm looking to see where that guy is. I'm looking to see where the dragon is.
Yep. You notice the dragon's more focused over the tree line at this stage, and he, from your perception at this distance, he hasn't moved a muscle.
The dragon or the NPC?
The NPC. The dragon's over the forest area more now.
I'm going to wait one more turn.
Yep. Infinity, you notice the dragon is starting to focus in and around where you took cover. It circles out and then away from you slightly, and it's now more east of you, and you can see it banking back around and coming directly over where you're hiding.
Okay.
It still hasn't spotted exactly where you are, but it is looking. It's going to be coming directly over your hiding spot area soon.
Okay.
You feel you've got only a very small amount of time between the dragon turning and coming. It focusing on where you're hiding is like very short amount of time.
Okay. All right. Well, I will try and crawl. Make it. No, I'm not. I think I can make it to the river by the time.
So, what's your plans?
Oh, I can. Barely. Is there a way I can... I'm gonna hide. Or about how long will it take for him to bank around?
You think it'll only take him a couple of seconds
Okay.
once he
I'll put the
starts to turn.
plop, and dive right into the river.
Yep. Are you gonna try and hide, or
Yes, definitely.
give us a survival check with your stealth check?
Okay. So I will roll stealth first. $21. And then 25.
You manage to cover yourself as you dive in, and you pull yourself up against the bank, and manage to cover yourself quite well with the loose leaves and brush around you.
Okay.
So you're you're decently well hidden. If someone was to walk by you at the moment, they'd be very hard to spot exactly where you were.
Okay.
Mikey, give us a perception check at disadvantage.
$14.
You see the arrow let loose of the bow, and it kind of disappears from vision. Like, you've got a fairly keen eye, and you can track most arrows, where they're going. But this one, the moment his hand let go of the feathers, the arrow disappeared from sight.
What does he do?
He's still laser focused in on the dragon.
But he hasn't got anything drawn?
Nope. He's still got he's in the pose you'd normally expect someone who's just fired off an arrow to be standing in.
Oh. Can I see the dragon from here?
Yes, you can still see the dragon. It's currently in the process of banking around and essentially heading towards where he's standing. And the dragon's coming in starting to fly in really low.
So the dragon's heading west?
It is now heading to the west, yes.
Okay.
And it's getting in really close to the tree line, to almost the point where it's disappeared down behind the trees from your vision. So it's still probably got a bit of height off the ground, but from your vision, it's behind the tree line.
Kind of just skimming the trees.
Okay, I'm going to move over to this side of the trees.
Yep.
Closer to the entrance of the cave. I'd like to still see if I can position myself so that I can see NPC and dragon if I can.
Moving closer to the cavern, you'll lose sight of the NPC, and you'll gain some sight back to the dragon.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, you do notice that the dragon swoops even lower below your line of vision, and all of a sudden you just hear like loud crashing into the trees, like trees snapping in half, falling to the
Okay.
ground.
Dragon's down.
And a couple of seconds later, it shoots straight up into the sky. As if it's
Straight
grabbed
straight
up.
up into the sky.
It's sharply turned upwards after going through the trees.
All right. I wait.
And the moment it tilts upwards, it kind of stops in midair, like frozen in time. So it's about there, and it's just kind of stopped. It's not flapping its wings, like it's stopped in time. And it's just kind of hovering there, not doing anything.
So it's not. It doesn't look like it's hovering under its own control. It just looks like it's stuck in the air.
It looks like it's been stunned, but it hasn't lost. It hasn't gained any gravity per se. It's just kind of hovering there in the air.
It's just kind of sitting there like it's doing right now.
Infinity, you're kind of covered even more with branches and logs. It's not directly on you, but you now have a log essentially over your body, torso area.
Okay, is it pinning me?
It's not pinning you. Like you could either like wriggle underneath and under the water, or you could try and wriggle yourself upwards. But you've got to go through branches and stuff like that. The rocks around you that you'd wedged into it, this log landed on the rock surface.
Okay. I'll wiggle underneath.
Yep. Give us a survival check.
Okay. 18.
Yep, you managed to push through the all the branches and all that of the fallen log, and resurface on the other a safe distance away without too much of an issue.
Okay.
You are out of breath because you did have to hold your breath for a long time whilst under the water.
Uh-huh. That's fine. Okay.
Also, looking up, you also see the dragon essentially suspended in the air.
Okay. I'm gonna keep low, basically right at the water line, so I can dive back in if need to. But I want to look back and see, is the dragon looking in this direction?
It's what looks to be frozen in space, or in the area where it is, facing directly upwards in the direction it was flying. after
Okay.
it flew upwards. Like it just come to a sudden stop in that
Alright.
direction.
Do I see the guy
Perception check.
that was shooting? That had the arrow. Do I still see him? Okay.
What's your passive?
14.
Um,
No, sorry. My passive is 19.
where he was standing,
Mhm.
when you noticed him as you were running along the tree line, he's no longer there.
Okay. I'm going to take that as my cue to book. And run. Because that dragon should not do that. So I'm gonna try and get out and head right back into the tree line.
Yep.
Deeper into the tree.
Mucky, it's been a good almost half a minute since you think, but this dragon has not moved from where it's come to a complete stop mid-flight.
I'm going to give Corgamus my horse because I've got my armor on, which gives me extra movement. And I was looking up at how much because I thought it was only 45, but some silly DM gave me something with the 20 bonus. But I'm going to stick to the 15 at 45 because 50 is ridiculous. So I've got fast. I can move pretty quickly. In fact, so I'm going to give Corgamus the horse.
Yep.
And say, go.
Yep.
Corgamus can't walk for shit. Corgamus is going to slow me down. So I want them to go. And I'm going to move back out here. Still trying to keep a bit of cover. I'm going to look to see where the dragon is. I'm going to look to see if I can see Tiana. I'm also going to look for the NPC.
You still can't see Tiana. The dragon hasn't moved in the time it took you to get Corgamus up onto the horse and whatnot, and the NPC has vanished from where it was standing.
Okay, I'm going to bolt. I'm going to go full sprint. So if I go full sprint, I can do at least 90 feet per round. And I'm going to glance over my shoulder regularly to see if the dragon's moving or anything like that. And I'm just going to run.
In the next, say, 30 seconds of you running and checking over your shoulder, that dragon hasn't moved from that spot.
Cool. I'm keeping on running. I am not going to go. I'm not going to be tempted, and don't try and tempt me into going back and seeing if we can kill it. 'Cause I'm not going to do it. And believe me, I was looking at what's in my inventory because I do have some explosive arrows and more poo water, and I'm not doing it. And you're not going to tempt me. As cool as it would be, no.
Is this your way of asking to be tempted?
No. I could very easily be
Just kidding.
So I'm just going to keep spreading and looking.
See, the problem with that still is to get the most effectiveness, you still need to technically hit the dragon.
Exactly. And its AC is pretty good.
Yeah.
Infinity, give us a survival check to make sure you're getting through these bushes all right.
Yep.
It's pretty much a check to see if you're able to
15.
navigate the densely brush areas, and you're managing to plot your way through with no real issue, so you're able to keep it full pace.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna skirt the tree line while I've got this chance. Looking
Yep.
as much as I can.
As you make your way past this section of the clearing, you notice a horse take off, and then
Okay.
a familiar shape of someone else just take off running at the same time.
Okay. All right. That's good. Good. I will continue to shadow the tree line around.
Yep.
Pretty much keeping an eye on that familiar shape to make sure he makes it out.
Yep. So he disappears behind a line of trees that
Okay.
merge up towards the road.
All right. Then I will, once I see him disappear, I will move deeper into the trees.
Yep. Give us another survival check.
Okay.
You're still pathing through the dense forest areas.
Okay.
Everyone, as you're looking back over your shoulders, you notice the dragon just seems to fade out of existence. Not as if you're getting further away from the dragon. Like, this dragon's massive. It's going to take you quite some time to get to the point where the dragon's not in your vision range. But it seems to be completely gone.
You mean like it vanished?
I don't trust it. Keep going. Keep going.
It's dark magic! It's gonna freaking surprise us, watch.
You know that shiny weapon you picked up a while ago? It's that dragon. And these guys managed to clear out and trail back to the town without much incident. From there on in, as you are traveling along, even though it's at pace, you are catching people's shock about a giant green dragon flying overhead, and people are trying to turn their wagons around on the road to head back to the town. So your pace has slowed. Corgimus and Mucky have managed to eventually catch up to Lady Aranine and Neo and the rest of the expedition group. Infinity, by the time you catch up to it, the rest of the group will be back at town.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I know. I didn't expect to catch him on the road.
Like, Mucky, you get there, like, you can see that by the time you catch the group, you're fairly close to town. the wagons and all that seem to have slowed their progression down. So
Yep.
these are on rough. Like you're really feeling it in the chest at the moment, and the dragon ale you consumed the day before, the night before, is really upsetting your stomach too. By the way, after that pretty much marathon run you just made.
I've probably already shit myself, so that's fine.
Now you still have one use of the of your
Yep.
of your breath left though,
Yep. Yep. I got that noted.
but you'll be technically taking a long rest, leading to the next morning. Okay, let's drag his all over the city board. And we'll drop our jailbirds back into their prison. Now, also, while he's resting up in town and doing stuff, you are hearing people talk about the dragon and it freezing in midair.
It's awesome that it did, but
Is everyone there? They are. Okay. So once again, Lady Aranine and Nereus find yourselves in the prison courtyard with 2 guards each, prepping you to board a wagon to the trial.
Great.
All right,
Lady
cool.
Mucky, Tiana, and Corgamus, you find yourself at the tavern. After everyone had calmed down, the leader of the expedition approaches yourself, Mucky, and Tiana, and offers you as extra payment on top of the money he owes the horses that he let you ride on his way there.
So sorry, what did he give us?
He paid you the rest of the money he
Yep,
owed
yep,
because he only
cool.
paid half the
right. So 6,000 gold, and then the horse.
Yep.
and
A horse.
you get the horses. So it travels at 2 times long distance travel. So using these horses is 2 times faster going from place to place. So if it takes 4 days to get somewhere, it's only going to take you 2 days using these horses. And in standard combat, in standard movement, instead of 40 feet, I think horse is. Instead of 60 feet, they move at a standard 120 feet.
Cool.
Oh. Wow.
These things are.
He didn't steal them, right?
No, these were purchased for the
Okay.
expedition that you're on. So it didn't take. These are very expensive horses.
I'll
we
thank
want to
him.
take him.
And
So
I'll,
you each have one of these horses.
I think that sounds
I'll
good to
thank him.
me.
and wish him good luck with his sales.
You hear him mutter something about not wanting to take on green dragons anymore. But yeah, the dwarf walks out and comments about the steeds and says that these, asks whether you stole them or not, because these aren't exactly like common or even easy to purchase animals.
I just say they're a gift for us being awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you're not there, Lady Aranine, so
You're not even there.
Yeah, but
I'm there in
Gentlemen.
spirit.
but we could hear her.
Yeah.
I'll just tell them the gentleman that we worked for gave me this horse and gave him that horse for
'Cause we're
saving him
awesome.
from an elder green dragon.
he goes, he kind of goes, then the rumors of a dragon flying around are true then.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
definitely true.
He kind of swears under his breath and goes, "Oh, looks like we'll have to get trade from that direction, some way else."
However, that might has changed, but keep an eye in that direction.
He goes, "Once a dragon's spotted, no merchant's going to take that path."
True.
So
I want
he
to ask. I want to ask him about that. About our NPC.
He kind of thinks for a bit and he goes, "I've never seen the fellow before. Other than the morning that these guys, or the evening that these guys left, it was the only time he's ever seen him in the city."
Okay.
And the other NPC that was with him has also miraculously disappeared.
Okay.
Whilst you're talking, the small dwarf that was leading the expedition comes back into sight, and he excuses himself and asks, "Have you seen the other two companions?" Because he has to pay them their remaining balances, and he's just been to their accommodation, and they have not been back to their accommodation yet.
And I say no. They
No, I did not know them.
they did some interesting stuff and they've disappeared. What do you know about them?
He goes, they handed my guys a bit of paper to sign up the other day, and they were accepted because they looked mean and tough, and then you guys signed up. Other
Can
than
we have
that,
their names? If we have their
Um,
names, maybe we can find them for you. Send them back to you.
Yeah.
they never actually left their names with us.
Any details at all?
Nope. They just they're two guys just because they looked intimidating enough. So they didn't
Okay.
think they'd need actual muscle. They just wanted they were just looking for people that were intimidating in case bandits or something decided to try and rob them.
All right.
Because what they were planning on doing wasn't exactly. They weren't expecting to come across bandits, let alone small Wirrams dragon worms. So
Well, there you go.
he goes,
All right.
he'll have his guys stay back in the city for a couple of days, and keep an eye out for them if they appear, to give him the rest of the money. And he thanks you again for your time and help, and bids you all farewell.
It's a pleasure doing business with you. Be safe.
As you turn back to the barkeep, he seems a little concerned about the gentleman you were just speaking to.
I'll ask him what do you know about that guy?
He goes, nothing about him directly, but the colours he wears belong to a darker side of the dwarven hierarchy. And it kind of explains where and how they managed to come across these specimens of animals, pointing to the 5 horses standing in front of you.
Anything we need to be concerned of?
Yeah.
Concerned about?
He just says, be careful who you make friends with, and be careful who you,
Who you make enemies with.
whom you've just made enemies with.
Okay.
So
That sounds like
Okay.
normal life to me.
Eggs. They're bigger
Thank
than
you, though.
normal eggs, so you won't need as many eggs. And I bought ham and rolls and cheese and some tomato. And you can either have a
you making us lunch,
yumbo-
Mucky?
Yes, he is.
Bring some for the class.
Oh, he finally muted.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Did you get enough to share with everyone?
No, that was the game. It was the game. It wasn't me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What was the stats on those horse again? It was 120 movement.
120 feet movement, 2 times long distance travel.
Okay.
And other than that, they're slightly better war horses, if you wanted to look at the stats. They have double the health points, so they've got 40 health.
All right.
Still an AC 11. The stat table that's on the war horse is pretty much correct. They've got 18 constitution instead of 13.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, so the guards, your two little NPC guards that are with you, offer to send the horses either back to the town in one of the merchant caravans that are heading that way, or they can sell the old horses here if you want, because they can't afford to.
Yeah, we can't afford to feed both.
They've got you could technically afford it. It's just that what yous have packed can't sustain double the amount of animals.
Why don't we just let them sell the 2 horses and they can pickle?
Oh, yous have got a horse each, so you've got 6 new horses.
Oh, 6. Oh, okay.
Or 5 new horses.
Oh, he. Okay. He gave us all the horses.
Yep.
Right. Oh gosh. What do you think, Monkey?
Well, we could probably sell the other ones. Sell. I don't know. Sell
Well, we're
6
going to have to
horses.
send some back anyway,
Yeah.
to be honest. So why don't we just send all of them back, and we'll pick them up
Yeah.
once we're done here? Because
As long as we've got the cool horses.
yeah, I mean, we can send the cool horses back and just use the 2 regular horses, and then we'll have the cool horses at home.
Why would we sell the? Why wouldn't we keep the cool horses with us now?
We didn't pack enough.
No, you've got
we
at the
should-
moment, you've got 12 horses with you, plus the 2 horses that are pulling the wagon. So you've got 14 horses at the moment.
So we had 2 on the wagon. We have our original 6 horses,
I
Or
and
five.
now we've got 6 super horses. Why don't we keep the 6 super
let's sell
horses?
the other horses then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They round up the original horses and take them all. One of them takes them away. And, they say they'll buy with the money from the horses. They'll buy proper. They'll buy some extra food, even though even though they've technically got enough for the animals already. They'll buy a couple of things of extra food.
We can give the guards a cup. We can give the cards, like our 2 guards, a little bonus as well, maybe.
And they're also they're also going to buy better saddles and whatnot for the horses.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
Total after they've refitted the horses with something more suited to your type of travel and use of the horses, you've made 1,000 gold.
Give them
Nice.
100. Split the 100 between the 2. Split 100 between the 2 of them.
Yeah.
So we'll split 100 gold in between the 2 of them for doing all that. Necessary fees for extra work, basically.
But yeah, the innkeeper, well, after you've finished talking with your guards, promptly tells you that your friends are possibly going to be due to probably appear in front of the court soon.
All right. I'm going to grab some popcorn and make my way there.
Yep. I'll just go with Mucky. I'll grab another bag of popcorn as well. No, might as well.
So as you guys make your way, there's no extra attention because you guys are in court. There's just the ongoing backwards and forwards. That's in the courts area. I'm just going to use the chapel section here to do this in. So if he's come to the beam of light or the big orb over the tall building,
Okay.
just south, or was it southwest of where these guys are?
Right.
Ah. All right.
I can't seem to find my character.
Click
You're
on
at
your
the.
little icony thingy.
You are being dragged over to where
Oh, great!
everyone is at the moment.
Alrighty.
I'm just going around grabbing guards and whatnot that are placed on and around the board, so I don't have to drag in some more. I think I had a bunch over at the front section. Okay. At Infinity and Mucky, as you approach the front of the building, you notice walking in two familiar faces. The guard captain and one of the guards from the when you were arrested. There's two more guards.
Ah, the ones who didn't follow proper procedure.
And not long after that, you spot a familiar face being brought around the corner. Hey, Black Wolf Magic, how you doing?
Who's that? Who's the familiar face?
Lady Aranine and Neo.
Do they look in reasonable shape? They haven't been beaten up or anything?
They look absolutely fine. Neo's still got like a bloody mark on his face where he headbutted the guard. But other than that, they're still in quite good in reasonable health condition. Like, you don't see any beating marks or anything like that. They're just look sleep deprived and whatnot because of poor sleeping.
Do we see him?
Yes, you'll see Mucky.
Yeah, yell over,
Yeah.
"Hi, Monkey!"
I give a wave. It'll be fine.
It better be. I hope.
Just remember, they didn't identify themselves. We've seen people in disguise in the past, and
That's right.
they immediately threatened us with being charged for murder without any evidence at all. And yeah, they weren't
That's exactly right.
They weren't very responsible.
They need to be
Just
held
remember.
responsible.
I'm walking behind you whispering, just remember, if we fuck up, we go to prison forever.
I don't do that. You do that. Mm-hmm.
I ought to trip you right now.
The guards
Stay
shove
in
you
jail.
both, telling you to be quiet.
Puffed.
Okay.
Dickhead.
You guys are escorted into the room, and you are led. Little side section where there is 2 guards watching over you guys. I'm not going to drag in extra models so these guys can, the guards can now become part of the council. Your judgment. Okay, that one there. Okay. Mucky, Tiana, you guys are greeted as you try and enter, asking what your purpose in the courts are today.
What are they asking?
They're just asking what's your purpose in the courts here today.
Moral support.
We are here to provide support and any evidence for our party members who are here falsely accused.
Well,
He goes, names?
Vic?
He goes, of the accused.
Ah, Lady Aranine and Neo Moon. Well, he wasn't very clear. See, again, they're not very clear in their instructions and what they do. This is perfect.
I'm kind
More
of
evidence.
sneaker at that.
Incompetent
Knowing
guards.
what he gets into.
Guards are fools.
He goes.
Oh,
He kind of steps to the side and goes. They're up in the next. There's a couple ahead of them, but they're up next or up soon.
Can we go in and get a good seat?
He stepped to the side and he's ushering you in.
I offer him some popcorn.
He kind of looks confused at what popcorn is, and
Yeah, try it. It's salty and buttery and delicious. Does he take some of my popcorn?
he grabs one or two pieces and tries them. He's not really impressed by the taste.
What? I'm surprised he didn't try and take more of it. It's moreish. Anyway, okay, I tried. All right, I'll go in and get a good seat.
Yeah,
Yep. So you can go to the balcony seats, or you can get the floor seats.
Oh no, you go to the balcony. Sorry, you go to the floor seats. Floor seats. I want to be just here.
Oh, you don't want the nosebleeds? Okay.
No. That's the gods. That's the cheap seats. The balcony seats are the cheap seats, unless you got your own little private viewing box down the front. That's the good stuff.
All right, there we go. Okay.
Where all the poor sit.
So the couple of trials before Lady Aranine and Neo's trial, there's what looks to be a rather young dwarf in for theft of some rather expensive items. The council give him 5 years in the mines. the kid kind of looks kind of looks horrified at this thought, and kind of starts crying as he walks past you guys, and is escorted back to the holding area for the prisoners. Next is called up is another dwarven thing. This one goes on for a little bit longer. This one is concerned. He murdered someone in self-defense, or claiming of self-defense. They take a bit longer to deliberate over this, and the results of this, even though it was self-defense, murder is still murder in the eyes of the council, and he is given 10 years into the mines. After some outcry from family and all that, and the court settled back down, and the dwarf is taken away. Neo is called to the stands. Neo, Moon, come be brought forth. One of the guards, Neo, grabs you by the your wrist restraints and drags you towards the middle of the room.
I can walk, damn it.
So before you see 9 dwarven representatives, all fairly fancily dressed. And one of the older looking dwarves stands up and goes, "Since this is your first time dealing with our court system," he points to, as he says this, as he's about to say his next sentence, he kind of points and turns towards a even older looking dwarf. And he goes, "This gentleman here has cast a zone of truth on the entire building, so no lies can be said without him knowing." Upon entering this building, everyone had to submit to this spell. So he goes, even we are under the effects of this. And he points to the other dwarven members. He informs you that this person has no say on your punishment, other than letting us know whether what you say is true or false.
I'm just nodding along as they're talking.
He goes, "Now on with the proceedings. You've been accused of threatening to kill some of the city officials, and also resisting arrest when asked to stop and under the orders to be so they could restrain you for further questioning. Is this true?" The elderly one at the dwarf at the back nods to your statement.
Mm.
And the one that first addressed you, why did you um, find the need to threaten the city guard that were trying to run an investigation into the missing family? Um, why'd you feel the need to threaten them when asked to stop and or told to move along or be arrested?
Because I was afraid for my life and my friend's life. Those people have definitely dressed up as guards before and tried to kidnap me, and have done so.
So uh, they look at the back at the thing, and still they haven't any deception. He asks you, did these guards that tried to take you last time take you under force with weapons drawn and attacked you?
Mm-hmm. That they did.
Now, did the city guard not did they not try and restrain you unarmed? Did they draw a weapon on you to um, on you in their attempts in restraining you?
I don't really know. I didn't really get a good chance to look. It was kind of a flight or fight kind of moment. Anything else?
They're going. So you threatened to kill two unarmed city guards trying to do their duties, correct?
How did I know they were unarmed? I didn't know. I just thought they were. I don't know, man. They seem like they were trying to get jiggy with it. You know, I thought they were armed and they were going to kill me. So thus I made a statement, telling them if they valued their life, they would not touch me. Allegedly.
There is no allegedly in this thing because of the zone of truth.
No.
They look to
Mm.
the guy, look to the elderly one again, and he kind of nods at the statement and says it says there is a partial truth to fear for your life, but you from all other accounts of the investigation, um, you had there was plenty of time for you to notice that no one was actually wielding a weapon.
From their standpoint, from my standpoint, it didn't really seem that way.
At this stage, he calls forth the captain, who was the one that arrested you and also one of the ones that you threatened to kill. Um, he asks her of her accounts of that day, and she first says that she was coming up to the family's the investigation site to find this group of people, pointing at yourself over to Lady Aranine, and she's earlier spotted Mucky and Tiana, or Mucky, in the crowd and pointing in their direction. And they, when asked to move along, the one yet to face a stand attacked us. Where the Corgamus, they point to Corgamus and you, Mucky, saying they freely resisted, freely well, can't speak English. Freely went into our custody. Whilst being rowdy, but they did not resist the arrest. So once motives were determined, they were set free. But this one here in front of us, in front of you now, and the paladin proceeded to attack us and threaten to kill my fellow guardsmen. And they they do bring up the fact that they weren't properly identified, and she states that she was never given a chance. She was attacked by the female in the group before she even had a chance to properly identify herself.
Not true. Not true.
But Lady Ernie are not helping anybody right now.
The dwarves guards elbow you into the ribs and telling you to be quiet. And also the leader congregation also tells you to settle down, or more charges will be placed against you if you keep it up.
I roll my eyes and stick my tongue out at them.
They don't notice this. Looking at that goes, for now, your judgment will be placed on hold until we hear the rest of this story. And they point to one of the guards and go, take him to the another room. And you are essentially escorted outside and around into a little holding cell.
All right.
And after you're escorted out, the dwarves turn to the guards and bring forth the elf. And Lady Aranine, you are also, once similar manner, you are shoved shoved forward and brought to the center of the room.
Mm-hmm.
You're also once again informed that, and introduced to the elder who's cast the Zone of Truth, informed that entering this building, you have given into the zone itself, and they don't have any say on your punishment, but do know will let us know if what you say is the truth.
I have a question.
Sorry?
To these people.
Pardon?
I have a question.
Yep.
So why didn't you determine Zone of Truth on that officer who lied? Excuse me. And I'd like to call a witness about that. I have a witness.
The Zone of Truth affects everyone in this room, no matter who they are.
There's a discrepancy. There is a discrepancy because that person lied, and I have a witness who can testify.
Well, the person who's cast it says this person did not lie.
Well, they are lying about that person not lying. And I have a witness for it too. Anyways, carry on.
As you say that, you're interrupted by the person goes, this person has no benefit of them saying yes or no. There's
Well, I'm telling you that they're lying, and I have a witness for it. But anyway, we'll have to call the witness at some point. The witness is in the stands, by the way, as an audience.
he goes, we'll get to it soon enough. He goes, his first question directly to you is, why did you attack the guards without provocation?
I was completely provoked. Are you kidding me? They were behaving as though they were impersonating guards. They refused to identify themselves when we asked them several times who they were, and we had no reason to believe that they were real guards because they refused to identify themselves and they were trying to bully us. And therefore, if they are going to be bandits, if they are bandits, the way they made us believe that they were bandits because of their behavior, I was acting in self-defense.
He turns to the
And
person.
by the way, they were roughhousing us. By the way,
they turn to the caster of the zone, and he goes, there is truth and there is deceit.
valid response. I'm not lying.
He goes,
Lying.
it lied on the fact that you did attack first, and there is truth to the belief that you thought that they were impersonating.
Whatever.
But
You can think what you want. Think what you want, because you already do. Remember my witness. I call to the stand as soon as applicable.
he goes, we'll get to that. There's also the matter of fact that you attacked one of the guards in the prison whilst being held.
I did not. You most certainly did not. It's kind of difficult to attack when you're shackled. Come on. Are you kidding me? That's an outright lie.
He turns to the caster once again, and they say that is a lie. He then calls forth the guard captain on this, and they report that you did strike at one of the guards whilst moving you between cells.
How am I gonna do that? I interrupt them, say, how do I do that logically if I am shackled up? Let's really think through this. I'm shackled, I'm tied up, my mobility is limited, and I'm going to strike at them? With what? I'm stripped away of my weapons. I can't move. Come on now, people. Come on now, somebody. Let's go.
You've been told to settle down or you'll face.
What? Settle down or what? I am not hurting anybody. You are all outlandish. You're asking for my testimony. You're accusing me of lying. I have a witness you're taking forever to call up for a full testimony. What are you gonna do? Put me in jail because I'm a little rowdy? Because I'm being falsely accused? Okay. What is this nonsense? Get out of here.
The guard captain statement is deemed truthful. So he goes, first of all, we're going to call the other family that was in the area to give statements on what happened. You see 3 familiar dwarves appear from the crowd. They're once again informed of who they are, who the elderly wizard is at the back, and they state that they did see you attack the guards before they had a chance to even identify themselves.
I would like to call my witness, please. We are wasting time. We all have things to do, people to see, places to go. I have a witness who can settle this. Let's go, please.
He goes, in due time. He goes, then he also then asks them about Neo's actions.
Can't speak for
as
him.
well. Oh no, he's not. None of this is directed to you. This is more information of from the family, and they do also say that yes, they do recall Neo shouting at the guards as they were trying to arrest him, that if they tried touching him, that he would kill them.
And you're mentioning this to me because
This is just part of the proceedings. It's not part of.
Uh-huh. Is this how your court system runs? Is this? I'm just wondering. Or you're gonna put me in jail for asking, because I'm already being accused of stuff, right? That I didn't actually do. I'm just wondering, asking for a friend, right?
This has just been a couple of extra questions because you're both being trialed at the same time, and they're just getting the information from this family at this point in time, and that's.
Also, I have a question. Your Honor, what is the credibility of your zone of truth person? Because their zone of truth seems a little faulty. There seems to be holes in this person's zone of truth spell. Maybe they're tired, because some things are kind of cracking through on y'all's end. I'm just saying. What's the credibility? Never mind. I don't want to go to jail for asking.
No one's looking pleased at this line of questioning, but the wizard steps forward and goes, he has seen forth over every sentencing for the last 2,000 years in this city.
Sounds like he should retire by now. Don't you think?
He has no political sway on any of the families in this. He can't be bought out by anyone because he owns a lot of wealth passed down from person to person that take the role.
Is that right? I don't believe that, but that's okay.
The elves, the dwarves, once again tell you to sit down, or they will charge you with more. They'll add more to the sentencing.
What, did I talk too much? Is that the sentence? Is that the charge? Talking too much? That's the crime?
You're disrupting the proceedings.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He then, after talking with the family for a bit longer on other things, about the going-ons of that particular day, he then allows you to call your witness.
About time. I call upon Thick. Thick is my witness. Coming up, buddy. Oh, pal.
I stand up and I approach the court, nod to the main judge.
He once again, just the formality type thing, says who they are, who the wizard is, and informs you of the zone of truth cast on everyone as they entered. And asks for your recollection of that day.
Thank you, Your Honour. I'll start by saying it's been a very exciting start to this trial, and I appreciate that truth is sometimes different from fact because of perceptions that people have, and I studied with a great philosopher who once said, "It's not a lie if you believe it," but I don't ascribe to that. I don't believe.
Sorry.
I think I have a good understanding of what happened during the day. We're in the area investigating some attacks. We're noted travellers, adventurers. You may have heard about the stories about the dragon seen a few days ago. We helped a group fend it off from the city. And so we're quite alert to danger, and we will respond appropriately when threatened. So we were investigating. We did see the family, and I nod over to the family that were there. They did look a little bit, in my view, they did look a little bit suspicious. They weren't sure whether they wanted help or not. I did notice that they were armed, and while not aggressive to us, they certainly weren't very friendly. We went to the house in question and noted that there were marks on the door, and the door was open. And fearing for the safety of the inhabitants, we went in to investigate. We did a rudimentary investigation, making sure that we didn't disrupt any of the evidence. Although, having been informed by the family that none of the guards had been up to investigate. Even still, we decided to make sure that to try and keep, I guess the state of the room ready for investigators if they were going to come up. As we were leaving, we were approached by the guards. They didn't identify themselves. They just gruffly said, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" And we said that we were investigating. And then they immediately said, without showing any ID, "Move along or we'll arrest you for trespass and murder." That was the statement that came out of their mouths. I said, "Well, arrest me then. I'm not moving on. I don't know who these people are." We have had encounters in the past where robbers, bandits, mercenaries have dressed up as officials, and we are suspicious. Someone had approached us properly, identified themselves properly, and asked us some questions, and then suggested that they were there to do the work and move on. Things might have gone a little bit differently. So I said, "Arrest me." They immediately drew their weapon and ordered the other guards to draw their weapons. So, in our eyes, that was the first attack. Drawing the weapons and advancing upon us is threatening behaviour. Now, I appreciate that our party might have acted, different members of our party acted in different ways. I wasn't particularly threatened by these guards. So I chose to let them do what they wanted to do, feeling confident that I could handle myself if I needed to. Some of our other party members were probably concerned with my safety, and I don't judge them for that. And they chose to treat guards drawing their weapons, well, wrong. We weren't sure that they were guards. A group of armed people drawing their weapons and advancing against us as a threat. And so they took action. I can't necessarily speak for everyone's behaviour. And I point to Lady Aranine. Lady Aranine, being a paladin of very good character, chose to stand up to them with the weapon drawn, waiting for them to advance with their weapons drawn as an attack. And I refer to Neo, saying Neo went to get the high ground to move themselves out of reach of the attackers. And I believe that there was some misunderstanding when he was threatened by the family who pointed a crossbow at him. Again, threatened. We've got a family who weren't friendly to start with, possibly suspicious, now raising a crossbow, and again, that may have clouded his judgment. We were eventually subdued and brought back here and then questioned, and you're aware of everything that's happened from then on. And that's my account of the story.
They all slightly turn towards the wizard, and he says there's truth to what he's saying, but also a little deceit.
Mate, I will go to the VOD if I need to. But anyway, go on. And I just wait. What's the truth? What's the deceit?
The main dwarf at this, unsure, stops and ponders for a bit, and he calls forth the captain that was in charge of the party that arrested you, and the first thing he asks, did you draw your weapon? And she turns and says, I drew my weapon, but the guards that approached them to handcuff them had no weapons drawn. And we were attacked before any further identification by her, pointing towards Lady Aranine, before we could properly identify ourselves. And at no point did any of at no point did any of our guards draw a weapon.
Your Honour, if I may speak, that is certainly not my recollection of it. So I'm unsure as to how that can be deemed to be untrue. That is my recollection of it. And the guard here has at least confirmed that they drew their weapons and advanced forward. I'm sure you can agree that could be seen as an attack.
He holds, as you start speaking, Maki, he holds his hand up and he looks towards the wizard, and he nods to say that there is truth to her statements. And then also says truth to your statements that you were saying just before he interrupted. But there's still the fact that she was still attacking the guards after the rest of your companions were captured, and also the attacks inside the prison on the guards from both Neo and yourself.
Your Honour, I can't speak to that.
He's kind of more directing towards Lady Aranine at this point. He goes, he then continues on. He goes, thank you for your statements. Yep.
And I'll nod and
to take you guys away. I just have